Hey guys, it's me, Gabriel here, young healer and leader of the Wolfpack, coming to you with your morning boost. The day to expect. We'll roll with that one. So, the day to expect. So let's get into it. When it comes to the day to expect, a lot of that revolves around the golden rule. See, I don't know what it was, but like looking at the golden rule of doing unto others what you would have them do unto you. What you would have them do and how you would perceive them. Would you have them be loving to you? Well, then be loving to them. It's very quite simple. See, it comes, and we're going to use our spirit grid right here, and really I'm using that. So the answer that you give your brother is what you're asking for, and what you learn of him is what you learn of yourself. And so that's really quite cool if you think about it, because sometimes we think, oh my gosh, they're acting like jerks. Why are they being like this? And you get all caught up and bogged down and hot and bothered. But I think what it does is it puts the accountability on yourself, because if we go and we look over here, when we see this spirit command of, where's it at? You may believe that you judge your brothers by the messages that they give you, but you have judged them by the message you give to them. And so what that means is that, like I was saying, it goes back to your initial perception of the situation and how you perceive your brother. Here, let me sit back down real quick. So when you perceive your brother and you say, oh my gosh, he's this horrible person, and then you give that unto him because you have perceived him as this bad person, whatever it may be, this terrible person. And then, as your perception is, then you're going to respond to him accordingly. So when they're angry at you, fine, you want to be like that? I'm going to give you that. Well, right there, you're saying in your mind, you're accepting that illusion, that lie about them. And so with that being said, what you've got to do, and this is another one, it's call forth holiness in everyone you look upon, that he may be what you expect of him. What do you expect your brother to be? And by that measure for which you expect your brother to be unto you, then have that be what you give unto him. So if you're giving hate, you're giving frustration, you're giving annoyance and irritation, you feel like that's being thrust upon you, be careful how you look at it, because what you're doing is you're inadvertently saying, I'm going to give you aggravation, I'm giving you annoyance, I'm giving you irritation. It's sort of, what it does is it's very empowering if you think about it, because it states that you're not going to accept the lower state of how you may think that, oh my gosh, this person's like that. No, you expect their holiness, because you either attest their innocence or their guilt. So you have to find it within yourself, to see that holiness. You have to expect that holiness from within. And that's really cool. When you think about it, y'all, it has opened up a whole new spectrum of thought, because it makes your thought a lot more, you have to be a lot more conscientious of your thought. The day is not just something that's being thrust upon you. The day to expect is that for which you have within. And that's why it's important to expect the happy things of God. And if you can expect that, recognizing one, and this is another spirit command, what God gives can only be for good, and I accept but what he gives as what belongs to me. And also, I think that's it actually. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. But, God's thoughts can only bring me happiness. That's another great one. But yeah, man, so when we recognize that, and we recognize that what God gives is all that is good, and that we can expect that, what other emotion could we have but then for there to be joy? So, let's go forward and let's really take our life our expectations by the reins, like with a horse. Like, really take control of it. You're not on like a buggy. You're not on a chariot that's just going wild by 6 horses and you don't know what's happening. No, with the Christ, with the love of God, we are capable and able to regain that control. Now, it's not by us who does it, but by Him who has sent us. And more than that, it is the Holy Spirit. Let Him be in control. That's what it's all about. So, you go forward with that, and I am confident in your ability to be able to have that beautiful day that we all deserve and is there waiting for us, man. It's amazing how when you change your perception, boom, things just happen. They just happen in the right way. Because the truth of the matter is allowed to be unfolded by the love that we give and the love we expect. Okay? So, if you think, oh, I'm trying to give, these people aren't being nice to me, this doesn't work. Well, take a good look and think, am I expecting that love of them? I was going to end it, but I thought this was important. Am I expecting that love within them? And am I then in turn giving that? Having the strength to realize that they are but merely perceiving the situation in mistaken interpretation, but that God's throne has not been dethroned, and that the love is still the true and only law that governs this universe, and that fear is the illusion, and that their fear does not hold the foundation of truth, and that you have it within you to express that, to show them the higher way. And so you can do that. So let's go forward and let's have us a beautiful day. From here at the Wolfpack, we surely wish you well and Godspeed. May the happiness of today guide you along God's peace and the love of life. Peace, friends.